Ground those hips. Draw your spine up away from that ground. So it isn't just the legs and hips that sit. Also, these limbs, the upper limbs, need to release away from the spine and skull. The frame of the trunk, not just the spine, but these side walls, the pelvis, sides of the waist, they too lengthen, sides of the ribs lengthen, all the way up. Inner column tall, the limbs settling. So from this, draw your attention in toward this center, even joining the palms here, which very nicely helps you to further lift and open this region. Just letting those palms rest against each other helps that chest region expand. So in this quiet state, with the attention drawn to that place in the center, pay homage to this practice and to that lineage of teachers who brought us this yoga. Most especially that root teacher, Patanjali. Bow your head. And release your hands. Raise your head. Open your eyes. Stretch your legs. Now, you stretch your legs and go back to that comfortable position. I'm just changing mine because Virasana turns out to be my comfy position. Change the leg crossing or sit kneeling, do a thing, sit comfortably once again. Okay. I guess it's time to take this warmer off. Stretch your arms away from you, take them up. Okay. So these arms are one arm, the other arm, independent. Stretch your elbows. Lift your ribs. Exhale, come out. Next round. Here's your two thumbs. Turn the thumb prints against each other. Put one thumb print against the other thumb print. Now, keep that thumb print. Keep that thumbprint and extend your thumbs and hands, right? Don't turn this into a hooked position. Turn it into a full extension. Stretch your arms forward. Level hands. Pull those thumb prints forward. Don't stretch like they're independent. Attach them to each other. Pull the right arm with the left arm with the right. Up to the ceiling, pull your thumbs up. Behind the ears, pull up. It's as if your thumbs are trying to pull away from each other, but in that effort, the whole pose joins itself straighter. Pull up and release. Come out for a second. Remember which thumb was on top. You won't really have to, because it'll be obvious to you. You're going to change thumbs now. You did first thumb crossing. Okay. Now, so you know which your second thumb crossing is, right? Is that true? You know which the second side is. Okay. How do you know? Not just memory, but it feels different. Okay. Mine, on my second side, my hands try to flap. Harder to keep them straight. Pull up. Pull up. Thumb prints, pull your thumb prints up. That looks really good, Gay. Your left arm is much straighter than usual. Cliff, you look super straight. And Vidya too. Release, come out. It's like a support. I mean, it really helps, yes. Okay, now you get a little rest. And Cliff, I'd suggest you fold your legs up to make it easier to get your spine lifted or sit higher. Now we're going to try this second way of working. Interlocking the fingers, turning the palms to face out. So you see how the thumbs are quite free of each other. Much different position. Work here. You see this outer part of the hand, the little finger side. Make sure, if possible, as much as possible, that those fingers face each other, that you're not going like this. See how much you can run those hands. Stretch your arms, push out, and go up, 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 up. Stretch your arms, push your palms up. Sit your hips down. Out you come. Have a look at your hands. Reverse the interlock. So if you're not clear, nope, it doesn't look like that. The reversal looks like this. See, you take the one finger on top and you reverse it. So the other finger, nope. Take your hands as you cross them. Okay, now just watch. Just take your index fingers up and switch them. They were like this, go like this. They were like this, go like this. Now this second finger, switch them. Third finger, switch them. Fourth finger, switch them. Now it feels like you have a strange hand cross, right? Turn your palms. Push out through the heel of the hand. Stretch the elbows. Take the arms up. Now make sure both sides are equally long. If you can see yourself, make sure you're not pushing harder through one wrist, lengthening one side of the rib cage. Good. And come out. Those two things are actually really different in the way they work on the trunk. Let's take dog pose now. Just to be shorthand about it, when you're stretching through your thumbs, that connection is much closer to the spine. When you're turning your palm this way and getting this enormous stretch through this outer part of the palm, you get more response in the outer trunk, especially in the low back. Thumbs goes more to the sacrum and spine. Badanguliasana goes more to the sides. Does that make sense, Vidya? Can you feel that? Okay, so take Adho Mukha Virasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now, when you come into this pose, point your fingers forward. Don't turn them out. Don't spread the fingers. Go forward. And when you've assembled your actions and breath and thoughts, exhale and go up. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now, you learned something or felt something when you pulled your thumbs and stretched that inner arm back. So make sure you have this sense of projecting those thumbs forward and stretching the inner arm back. Go all the way back as far as you can to the hips. Stretch your legs. Push out through the little finger side of the palm. Add to the inner palm. You've been stretching powerfully there. So can you reorganize, not to replace the inner palm, but to add the outer palm? So now you've come to equal pressure. And stretch back. Connect especially with the breath to those middle ribs and the waist and sacrum and hips. Release now, come out. Have a seat somehow comfortably, legs folded, sit on a bolster, sit on a blanket. Watch. I'm going to turn this sticky mat so it so you can kind of see now. All right. So what we just did was a dog pose that looked like that with the hands going straight forward. So what I want you to try to do now is look at your own palm, and you will see in your own palm that there is a kind of a division between the outer half and thumb half. So there's the little finger part and the thumb part. So that's what I'm calling the divider, right? Okay. So when you go to dog pose from there, you want to be on the inner palm, thumb, and index finger, and look, do not just bend your thumb open, keep your thumb up there with your fingers as you get on that inner thumb mound. Now look, keep all the other fingers, and if possible, the outer mound off the floor. So you're just on where my palm is covering. You're just on that part of the palm. So if you see my hands, that's what they look like. And you want to push that floor back in Adho Mukha Virasana, all the way back through the hips. Push forward so you can feel your strength without all the weight. And once you see what it takes to keep your thumb from hurting and that inner palm grounded and all fingers stretched, go up. Try dog pose that way. Keep all 3 extra fingers off the floor. So you are powerfully stretching through that inner arm, inner shoulder. And if all you can do is lift the fingers, then lift those 3 outer fingers. Do everything you can do and come out. Was that useful or just difficult?
It was useful, but why do you want the thumb not to be out to the side?
Oh, it's just that you don't want to. Here's the basic notion that the fingers, once they're free of the palm, can spread quite far. They can do more than the palm does. So I want your fingers, I want your palm to spread and your fingers to follow the palm. If this makes sense. This is actually, if you feel, put your hands on your palm. Now, overspread your fingers. What you'll get is a lot of muscle tension in these mounds. Do you feel them? Trying to spread the fingers. The palm doesn't spread. If you come back to this, you feel this softens up and you actually get more palm. Yes? All right. Exercise 2. See my hands? Just the outer edge of that palm and the little finger. And you go back to Adho Mukha Virasana and develop your sense of push with the head resting. Now your thumbs might pull back and up. They might stretch forward. It's up to you. Just don't make them hurt. And when you feel like you understand, come up, take dog pose. Keeping everything in the palm off except that pinky finger edge. And stretch back. And just experience it for a while. Track all the way through that arm to the shoulder, to the ribs, the waist, the hips. What is this? What is that arm doing? Look closely. And then come out. Okay. So without a doubt, one of these felt either easier or more pleasant, more connected the other might have felt worse in terms of any of those things, including your poor hands. So at our age, and people who work with their hands a lot are more prone to this. We get arthritic in these joints. And so what I'm saying is keep this palm able to spread, right? And you will take the pressure off these joints that get so irritable. Okay. Time for standing poses. Stand up. If I'd suggest you get a chair if you are stiff. And of course, a brick if you're feeling bricks are in order, but a tall brick. Everybody gets a tall brick. And stand. Now, another thing, because you know I like to hold poses, so another thing to have is a source of support. If you're going to use that chair, Cliff, you want your back to a wall and your chair to your right side, so that when your legs come apart and you take a pose, your hand will be on support. So first, stand in Tadasana. And then when you're ready, take those legs wide apart. Much wider, Cliff. Wide, wide, wide. Go wide. Wider still. I can't tell, Vidya, but I'm imagining that your feet are 4 feet apart. And you stand here for a bit, getting used to this with your legs. Now, let me just say, your feet are like hands, legs like arms. So your big toe and your thumb are the same. They need to stretch. The inner heel of the hand needs to ground on the floor. The sole of the foot needs to be broad, the outer foot on the floor, and stretching forward, just like the little finger, just like the thumb. So activate that leg and stretch your arms, thumbs, pinky, fingers. Now, when you turn your right leg to the right, keep your left leg, push through the big toe, heel, outer heel, little toe, stretch that leg. And now think about this right foot. Big toe pushes from the groin to the big toe push. From the little toe side of the foot, outer heel push. Now, not Trikonasana, Virabhadrasana 2. Bend your knee. Keep your feet stretching. Keep your fingers, thumb stretching. Toes stretching. Inhale, come up. Turn the feet. Rest your arms. Get your feet back. Stretch your arms, fingers, thumbs. Turn left leg out. Get your bearings here. Go back to those feet, back to your arms. Breathe freely and exhaling. When you're ready, bend that left knee. Virabhadrasana 2. Left knee cliff, yeah. Keep the right leg, right foot, left leg, left foot, fingers, thumbs. Inhale, come up. Turn those feet. Bring the feet together. Stand in Tadasana and watch. So those feet are apart and there's a chair off to your right side, ahead of where your foot's going to be. And turn to the right, stretch your arms. We repeat what we did, just watch. And then we're going to reach out and go out far on that chair seat. If this chair is where it's supposed to be, your vertical shin will touch that chair. Okay. Then you reach out, put your hand on the chair, and from this hand push, foot push, back foot push, we'll take Trikonasana. So we're going into it from Vira 2 with extension and pulling back up. Okay, so let's everybody do it all together. Come up straight. We're going to the right side because one or more of you have not fully done. Stretch your arms, turn to the right, chair to the right side. Anchor into the left heel. Bend your right knee till the knee is vertical. Shin is vertical. And that thigh is as close to horizontal as you're going to get it. Reach up and out and over. Don't change your feet. Put your hand out there on the chair and stretch both arms, both legs, both feet, both hands, and straighten your leg. Open your chest, keep going, keep expanding, keep expanding. Push into your feet and inhale, come up, turn the feet, bring those feet together, change chair, location. So if you're using a brick, the brick is where there is a stretch to get to it. Okay, take your feet wide apart and stretch those legs, feet wider, cliff, wider. Go out there, adventurous. Stretch the big toes, little toes, keep the heels grounded. Lift in the chest and stretch your arms, thumbs, fingers. Turn to the left. Reconnect to those feet. Exhaling. Bend your left knee. Bend your left knee and adjust your pose. So as nearly as possible, thighs horizontal, shin is vertical. Reach out and over. Stay with your hands and feet. press on that chair or brick. Stay with the hands or feet and stretch your legs, coming back to nice Parshva Konasana cliff, but come up to Trikonasana. Stretch that leg straight. Trikonasana, open your chest. Find your feet and your hands, especially the back foot, back hand. And inhale, come up. And turn the feet. And bring the feet together. Now, okay, so watch. Here's a chair, and I'm putting it in front toward you. And I'm going to fold forward, hands on that chair seat with one leg forward, one leg back. Can you see that underneath this chair seat? 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Okay, keep watching here. So while you're watching, you see it from the side, I hope, even with that chair in the way. This is the side view, and this is the front view. Okay, so the front view, keep watching. It's my back leg, hand stretches forward toward you, far away from that foot, and it comes down. Look across on the chair seat. See it? Goes across. And this back arm reaches back away from me. And I spread into a twist. Parivrita, go to a brick there. Vidya, you must have some support. Yeah, that's good. Right foot forward, left foot back, left hand crosses over, pushes on that chair, pull through those feet, push through those feet, pull through those arms. Parivrita Trikonasana. Open your chest. Focus on hands and feet going exactly where you need them to go. And now swing that right hand back down and forward toward the chair and stand up. And inhaling, join your feet, be there for a moment. I hope that was a fair way to go into Parivrita. For me, it works nicely. We'll see about you. Left side, left foot forward, right foot back. Bring that foot close to the chair so it's not the most intense reach just to get your hand down. Take a long stance, face your trunk forward. And then now it's the right arm that's the back leg side arm. And you must reach it far forward. And then bring your right hand down outside the left alignment and push that chair, push through your feet and take your left arm back, pull it back, pull that left side of the trunk back, stretch it straight back behind you. The hand is not going toward anybody behind you, or behind your back. It's going toward that wall behind you, wall ceiling, straight away from the right arm. Push, pull. Lift your chest. And exhaling, swing that left arm back around and inhale, come up. So the idea of this is the back leg, this is the front leg. So this arm is the arm I'm stretching forward. So you see what it's doing? It's elongating the trunk, and also it's helping me square the hips. Then this hand comes down, and what I got is my backside is long, but my front side isn't. So this arm has to pull that side open. This arm is pulling that arm open, open. Pull it. You can even put your hand in a fist shape. Change hands, Cliff. Change hands, Gay. Parifrita. Parifrita. Change hand. That's right. You're all on your left side, which is fine, but move your arm, back arm, Gay, so it doesn't irritate the shoulder. Make a fist with that back hand, and with that fist, try to punch toward the wall, not as an act of violence, but an act of strength from that shoulder. Push from the center chest. Yes, you see, you turn a bit more. Yeah, good. Come out. And then you get to do it again on the other side. That was one repetition. Now you get to do it again. Change sides, right foot forward, left foot back. Take a longer stance video if possible. Yeah. Turn those hips. When you go to the chair, when you take support of the chair, that back hand really stretching, super draws out the left back arm, okay. It's the left arm, right hand down, right hand on the left arm, stretch forward. Really, it's the back leg side, stretch forward, then the back leg hand crosses over and the front leg hand takes, nope, change hands. Yes. Make a fist and pull or punch so you feel the chest wall. Raise the arm vidya so it's connected to that shoulder and it can broaden. Yes, arm to arm. Arm to arm. Shoulder to shoulder. Raise the arm, Gay. Yes, yes. And then carefully come out. Sometimes gripping the hand like that, you can feel it stabilizes the shoulder. Okay, good. Now, a rest. So you take your chair near the wall. Put your feet, look away from the wall. How far away? This is 2 of my foot distances, so I'm somewhere in the neighborhood of that second foot. I'm well beyond my foot. Buttocks rest to the wall, and my feet are maybe as wide as the chair seat, maybe slightly wider. And go forward. Can your elbows come to the chair? Can your forehead come to the chair? Leave your buttocks on the wall. And of course, keep the heel on the floor, lengthen through the big toe, little toe. Connect back up into the hip. Release the abdomen. And then inhale, come up. Push your hips off the wall. It's way easier to stand up when you bring the hips away from the wall. Okay, now let's have a seat. So, Gay, you're gonna get that set up from the beginning of class where you have that rolled blanket to support your ankle. The rest of you, you're gonna bring yourselves into a comfortable seated pose. And again, as before, it could be cross-legged or it could be kneeling with whatever support helps you be comfortable. So I'm not going to be picky, but you're staying here for a few minutes. So get enough support that you will not be in pain inside of 6 minutes. Okay. Now, whatever pose you're in, turn to your right side. That means your left hand to the right knee, and the right hand catches maybe a brick, or if you've got a blanket you're sitting on, catches the blanket. Bend your elbows, both of them. Don't sway your hips to either side. Sit up straight and turn. Measure these two sides of your rib cage and make sure one is not puffy and the other one short. See if you can keep those ribs level. Come out. Sit straight. Change sides. Right hand to left knee. Left hand behind you. Bend those elbows so you open this armpit side waist space. And in that space, lift that trunk. Hips down, you turn. And come out. Now, you okay in the leg still? I hope. This is your right hand. Can you take it behind you and catch your left arm? Left forearm, just above the elbow. I've got my skin because shirts can be slippy. Okay, so there's two legs here. Okay, take the first leg and put that left hand on the left thigh. Now, since we're going to do a twist, the sense of direction is, watch this hand, it's going toward the knee, toward the floor, just inside the knee. And it's pushing on that left leg to accomplish the job. Come out. Now, if the shoulder is just not happy about this, is there anybody in that shape where the shoulder is in trouble? No? Good. Side two. Left hand comes around, catches the right upper arm with as good a grip as you can get. And truthfully, really, it's trying to get just above the elbow, not below. Makes it easier in the long run if it's just above. So your first job is to face forward. Second job. And now your sense of aim is straight toward the floor, in between the knees. And if you happen to hit the floor, then what you do is you crawl underneath that knee. This depends on how close to the floor you're sitting. It depends on how well you twist, right? Shoulder, spine, ribs. It depends on lots of things, but it is possible to move in the twist like that. Come back around. Especially when you're just going between the knees. I mean, without twisting, can you straighten your arm and touch the floor? Yes? Yeah. So you'd think it would be easier if you were twisting. Okay. So, you can do something like that. Okay. Let's try. Are your legs okay? Okay. Left hand catches the right hand catches left upper arm. This hand catches this upper arm. Now, you have a choice. You can go back to this first location and see if you can. I love dogs. See if you can go farther, crawling around that knee. Do it by letting the ribs and spine happen. Do it by bringing the shoulder back as you straighten the arm. Now, if that's going well, cross over to the outer left knee and try to touch the floor. And come out. There's some arm work here. Last side. Left arm catches the right upper arm. So you either work to kind of improve stage 1, or you get where you're going in stage 1, release briefly, cross over. And I do it like a little hop because it actually helps to not be loose for too long. And come out. Sit there for a second, nice and straight. Then come forward to stretch those knees. Take something that looks like dog pose. Take care of those knees. When the knees are straight and happy again, come out, have a little bit of a rest. And then we get a brief interlude of either headstand or headstand preparation. The preparation just looks like holding a brick, interestingly, with this outer part of the hand and the forearm going up to that outer shoulder. And you come up, keeping your upper arms close to vertical. Don't push back as with dog pose. So just the getting upside down is important, even if you don't do out and out headstand, being able to get the trunk upside down. So the head is not on the floor at this time, but the forearms are active. Bring his feet toward you, Kay. Yes. Put them on the wall. Put his heels on the wall if he's close enough for that. And keep those heels there, Cliff. When they slip, you might slide sideways. Press the forearms, stretch those legs. Open up your breathing, neck, throat, chest, abdomen. Keep those shoulders open. That's for everybody. Now you, Kay, have to move towards your left side. You're drifting right. Push that. That's better. You need one more half inch to your left. Now pin those heels and stretch up. Good, Cliff. Leave your head down. You're sloshing a bit pelvically. Push through the right arm, Gay. Left arm, right arm, balance. Aim at it from the abdomen region, navel region. Good. Come out carefully. Resting the head. So, very brief leg stretch of a back bend. Here's a chair. Now, I'm going to do this by stages. It's mostly about my legs and hips. Once I get them established, then the chest will open. So if you had the luxury of two chairs, you would sit through one with a sticky mat on it, probably. And get your hips through and then get your shoulder blades on the other edge and lie back. Okay. So even though to you on, on your computer screen, this kind of looks level, hips, chest, and the head, they're all in the same place. To me, it feels like actually a substantial back bend if I were a beginner. So then from here, the legs stretch, and hopefully the low back is willing to accept that. And if that goes well, then the head comes down and the arms stretch farther. And the whole time in, you have to be watching how that breath moves. Now, if you're going in there, clip, stretch those legs nice and straight, about hip width, shoulder blades on the chair, hips off. Now, support your head, Vidya, if there's any discomfort in that upper body. You don't have a second chair, so make sure the upper body is content with what is happening. You look like a good backbender, so I shouldn't worry. Breathe. Again, there's a usefulness to focusing on the stretch of the legs to that foot. Remember the inner heel and the big toe stretch. And from the outer heel to the little toe stretch. That foot's not extending forward, gay, so much as just away from the heel. And if it feels injured, you just put it in position and don't create strain. So if it's feeling tired in that joint, just let it be at rest in a good position and work the legs and pet the dog. This is important. Stretch your arms. And in the arms, it's the thumb. You could even interlock your thumbs and stretch them. And the little fingers. And that will reflect into the shoulders and chest nicely. Okay. It's getting close to time to come out. So if you want to take any deeper stretches because that's how you feel, or a variation like, I don't know, bending your knees or running your arms through the chair leg. You get a minute and then you sit up. Are you okay? When your spine is happy, you come out of that chair. And if there's stiffness, you know, I didn't say it, but small twists sometimes break the stiffness. In any case, you come out of that chair, put those chairs aside. And have 2 blankets. Here's a blanket. It's folded as you might fold it for shoulder stand. And you have 2 of them. So not much height here. You know, if I smush down on it, it probably comes out to be 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. So not much height. It's a possibility you'll need a 3rd blanket as say head support. This is Shavasana / Setu Bandha. So I've got a strap. And see how this blanket is going long-wise. So it's kind of under my whole spine. Well, it definitely is under my whole spine. And now I'm just coming off with my top chest. I'm acting like this is the edge of a bolster for Setu Bandha. Like this is a giant bolster. And before you go back, I put this around the ankles. Not so your feet are bound together. You should be able to be free of that strap completely, no problem, without your hands. So you come on to this and pull your shirt collar forward. No, those things, treat it like it's a bolster, and coil your chest off that 3/4 inch high shelf. And once those shoulder blades are down, stretch your legs and rest your feet inside that strap. It might be about a hip width strap. So again, it seems like it is nothing, but once you start trying to roll your chest open over that tiny little platform, it becomes significant. And the arms come out to the side. Now, when you stretch your legs, it pulls those shoulders back up off their ground on the floor. Dig in your heels and roll that chest open again. Keep it grounded and stable. And of course, support your head if you feel like that neck is under any sort of strain. Dog legs make good pillows. The shoulder blades should feel flat against that blanket from side to side. Right, so there's a broadness in the chest. Slow, steady, regular, rhythmic exhalations and inhalations. Keeping your mind relaxed, listen to the sound of that exhalation. You don't have to tighten your throat in any way to cause it to make a sound. There is a very small sound it makes naturally, and it is different from that very small sound of the inhalation. And it's heard mostly from the throat and chest. If you hear it in the sinuses and nostrils, it may be because you've got allergies. But the sound I'm referring to is the sound of this very subtle voice, so to speak, in the throat and the chest. So it makes a sound. And it is not so important that you try to imagine it so well you can spell it, but you want to hear it very well. From beginning to end. Follow that sound. And then give it the syllable sound, like uh. So as long as the exhalation lasts, attach that single sound to that exhalation. The next exhalation, make the sound not but like father. One or two breaths with that sound. Very steady. Then the next shift, the syllable sound is like is. Several breaths with that syllable heard clearly, beginning to end. And last syllable is E, like police, fleece, E, double E sound. Not loud, not soft, same tone, just a different sound. And the end of it is the sound that it naturally makes. See if you can go back to just listening. And if the mind keeps imposing the sound and it's hard to organize listening, then make the sound hum. H-U-M is how we usually spell it, hum. So if this went well, you might notice that those different vowel sounds resonate completely differently in the throat and head, even though you are not actually speaking out loud. This is extremely important in yoga thinking, and you could in fact go through each syllable sound of each vowel, and it would be quite fascinating. It is a meditation exercise, in fact. I'm laughing because it's a meditation exercise given by grammarians. And please don't forget, Patanjali was a grammarian as much as he was a yoga teacher. So sound, language, words, very important. Anyway, now it's time. Bring yourselves back. Bend your elbows and knees. You can actually stay put. I always forget to say this, or you could come up sitting. For me, it's the end of teaching time. Okay, so you got the animals. I got the animals. Namaskar.